another video, another mountain to climb. But today is different because I'm going on top of Chimborazo, 6,300 meter high. So if you take the measurement from the center of the earth, is actually the highest point on earth. More than Everest, but okay, I'll come to that later. This is where I'm going. Unfortunately, there's quite a lot of cloud, but it's amazing, believe me. And Chimborazo is here, but we cannot see it. Look at my trophy! So smooth! So we started 10 minutes ago, and that's it. There's already hail falling on you, and that's hurt.
It does.
Yeah. It's hurt a lot! It's like, oh shit, we're not kidding! This is really painful. J'ai mal.
Why? Why do I do this to myself?
Oh, finally. Almost there. The refuge is in front of us.
Yeah.
Maya, how do you feel?
I'm tired. I'm cold.
Here we are. So now we're in a refuge at 4,800 meters, and we have a well-deserved hot chocolate after all the hail and getting so wet. So what are we doing here? We're gonna stay the night here, and then we'll go to another refuge that is at 5,200 meters, something like that.
We should do that today.
Stay one more night, and then climb on the very top. So apparently everything I told you is completely wrong because it's not the way we're gonna do it. Maya. Ta-da! Chimborazo. We are at the refuge, 4,800 meters, and here, just as a welcome, this is a little cemetery. I don't know if you can see the graves. This mountain is dangerous. So Maya is picking up right now the place for my grave. Choose a good spot, Maya. So this night was terrible. The altitude has its toll on me. Very hard to breathe at night. And this morning with Maya we're doing a little walk to another refuge, and this is the top of Chimborazo. I'll try to climb tonight, but I can tell you this is gonna be super hard. Even right now with little sleep and with the altitude, every step is costing me a lot, so we shall see. But let's stay positive.
Everybody gives you advice, yeah, on how to live your life, how to live your life. Don't you know that life is full of surprises? You better realize, better realize. Nobody knows what's in your soul and how your heart works. Nobody knows, nobody cares. It's time for you to live your life, yeah.
Here's a bit of information for you guys. So as I said, like Chimborazo is a further point from the center of Earth. It's actually 2 kilometers and 220 meters further away from the center of Earth when you compare to Everest. Because of the centrifugal force exerted by the rotation of the Earth, we're not living on the perfect sphere. The radius from the center of the Earth to the equator is longer than the radius from the center of the Earth to the pole. And in 1880, the first people to submit it were Edward Whymper, an Englishman, and two Italians, Louis and Jean-Antoine Carrel. That sounds more like a French name, but we won't argue. So the plan is quite simple. We are there, and tonight, around 10 or 11, I will go all this way, up to here, where apparently is super difficult. I mean, yesterday we've seen two people that came back and said they could not make it. And after, because my guy told me this is actually the easy part, because after there's all this part can be up to 45 degrees of inclination. And oh my god, this is gonna be just on ice. And this is where I hope that I'm gonna land, at 6,234 meters. Ooh! More or less how I should be equipped. I say more or less because actually I don't have all this jacket and stuff. We'll see. Hello my friend. So it's 11 in the evening and we're gonna start by night. We have to climb by night because it's too risky to do it by day, because with the sun the ice can melt and make it too dangerous. So that's it. 7-hour walk until the mountain climbing until the top. Hopefully I'll be able to take some video and to show you what's gonna happen. And hopefully I'll be able to show you a video from the top. So let's go. Well, actually it was too dark to film, plus with the cold and the equipment it was not possible. But let me tell you the story. The first part was easy. Not too steep, not too cold, cruise controlled, easy ride till 5,500 meters high. But then came winter. The giant walks, ice open, undeniable, got me stuck when I realized that Chimbo was not a joke. 1 kilometer of sliding snow caps, alternating with solid rock ice on a not very nice 45 degrees inclination plan. What a climb. I'm panting, heart pounding, cramp slipping, muscle burning, hair freezing. I'm trying to catch my breath at each step, but altitude sickness screwed me. Sick in my stomach, the only thing I can think of is to stop, and I cannot even see the top. So in need for a target, I'm asking my guide how long left. It's easier to go on with a timer. In my mind, I'm thinking that for 20 more minutes, I can endure it and make it. But when he answers, 3 more hours, I mentally collapse. Knees on the snow, head falling, tears running, 3 holy bloody fucking hours of climbing. How can I go back and telling Maria that I quit before reaching the summits? It's your call, do you want to call it off and go back? My guide is asking. Too much pride to let it go, too much rage to stop now. I decide not to answer, and this is interpreted as a, no, let's go. So the guy went on, pulling the rope attached to my harness as a request. A minute afterward, I'm making a move forward. This is how long it takes for my brain to respond, but fuck it, I respond and beat it, I'm gonna make it. Physically demanding, mentally exhausting. This is how the last 3 hours went. Breathe, count to 10, put a foot in front, stomach it, repeat. Believe me, when I finally reached the summit, the only thing I wanted to do was to go back and fall asleep.